Antelope Audio are known for their pro-level audio interfaces, and they're found in studios all around the world. Now, their Zen Quadro, which is what we're looking at today, it packs these pro features into this nice small footprint that you can easily fit on your desk like I have right here, or you can also take it with you and travel. And this gives home studio and small studio users the same high quality sound that the pros have. So let's have a look at some of the features that make the Antelope Audio Zen Quadro stand high above the competition. Plus, there's one feature that I really wish this had, and we'll look at that in just a bit. Now, let's start with the mastering grade converters that you can find inside the Zen Quadro. And I can't really show those to you, but these are what provide it with the pristine input and output sound, plus the low noise level operation with 130 decibels of dynamic range. The Zen Quadro can record at up to 24 bits and 192 kilohertz. And yes, other audio interfaces can make that same claim of 24-bit 192 kilohertz, but they're not going to do it at the same quality as Antelope Audio. The converters that are in the Zen Quadro are the same ones that are in the Antelope Audio Galaxy audio interfaces. And these are the ones that cost thousands and thousands of dollars and you're going to find in pro level studios. Now, the next thing that we'll talk about is the console grade mic preamps that are found in the Antelope Audio Zen Quadro. And these are the same as the ones that are found in their Orion interfaces. Again, audio interfaces that cost thousands and thousands of dollars, but you're getting that same mic preamp in the Zen Quadro. And these mic pre's are inspired by vintage consoles. So they're not going to give you just boring, dull, digital clean audio. They're going to give you a little bit of character in there, just like the classic consoles. Plus, they're going to give you up to 75 decibels of clean gain. So that means these can power the most gain-hungry microphones out there. As you can see, I'm speaking into it right now, and I'm using the Shure SM7B, and there's no cloud lifter or anything in between it. It's just connected directly to the Zen Quadro. These microphones are known for needing lots of gain, and usually you need to use a fat head or a cloud lifter in between. That's not the case here, and I don't even have the gain all the way cranked right now. I still have about 5 more decibels of gain that I could add to this if I really wanted to. So now I'm just going to set this like that, and we're going to talk about the ins and the outs. So on the front here, we have input 1 and 2, and these are combination jacks. So you can connect XLR mic cables to this and access the mic preamps. You can also use this as a line input, or you can use these as instrument inputs as well. And an important thing to note here is that only the 2 front inputs can be used as instrument level inputs. There's 2 inputs on the back, and those cannot be used as instrument. And then you also have 2 headphone outputs on the front, and you can send different mixes to each of these headphones. You can have different audio levels for each of these headphones. Now, let's have a look at the back here. So on the back, you have 2 more inputs over here. And again, these are combination, but they're just mic or line inputs, each of those. Also on the back here, you have 4 outputs. So 2 of those are going to be your main stereo outs. So output 1 and 2 for your studio monitors or whatever you want to connect those to. And then you have 2 extra outputs. So you can connect more studio monitors if you want, or you can route those out to external hardware. If you have compressors or EQs or whatever kind of hardware you might have, you can route those out and then route it back in. That way you can send audio from your DAW out to whatever hardware you might have and bring it back in, which is really nice. And then there's your digital SPDIF inputs and outputs, so you can connect anything that has the digital SPDIF, mic preamps, other audio interfaces, maybe another Zen Quadro. You can connect 2 of these together. Now you can also see on here you have 2 USB ports. You have port 1 and port 2. You can actually connect this to 2 devices and use it with 2 devices at the same time. And one of the things I really think the second USB port could be useful for is if you're like me and you have your main studio setup, and you have your main studio microphone and it's all set up, but maybe you want to jump on a Zoom call and you want to use your tablet or your iPhone, but you still want to use your nice studio setup, your microphone and your headphones and all that. You could just plug your tablet or phone into that second USB slot, use your microphone, use your headphones, and you're not taking apart all your stuff to connect it to something else that's connected to a tablet. I've had to do that a lot of times. I won't have to do that with this. That's very cool. So you have your 4 mic preamps or line or instrument on here. You have your SPDIF inputs and outputs there, your 4 outputs. Maybe that's not enough for you. Well, there's another feature we'll look at right now, and that's this ADAT input on the side here. This can add up to 8 more channels. And an important thing to note about the ADAT input, if you want to use all 8 channels, then you're going to need to record at 24-bit 48 kilohertz. If you're going to be recording at higher levels than that, then you won't be able to add that many channels, and it all depends on what sample rate you're going to go with, but 8 channels at up to 48 kilohertz, that's really nice. So altogether, you have your 4 onboard inputs, 4 onboard outputs, plus you have your SPDIF, which is another 2 in and out. You have your headphones, 2 of those, plus 8 more channels that you can input here. So that's 14 inputs altogether that you can record at the same time. Lots of inputs for recording entire bands if you really wanted to. Now, I mentioned that you can connect the Zen Quadro to external hardware like compressors or EQs or whatever, but what if you don't have any of those things, but you still want to use outboard gear or have that same feel of using outboard gear? Well, the Zen Quadro actually comes with 37 Synergy Core effects, and these range from your classic compressors, EQs, mic preamps, you have guitar amps in there, guitar cabinets, all kinds of different effects available right in this. And you can record through those effects, meaning you enable those and you're recording directly into your DAW like you're recording through those. So it's not a clean signal. You're going to record directly through those. And that's similar to when you would be tracking through this classic gear in a big studio. Or if you don't want to record those effects directly into your DAW, you can record the clean audio, and then you can actually add those effects into your DAW. So you can put them on things that you didn't even record, maybe virtual instruments. You can have it come out into here, and this is going to process those effects, freeing up some of the processing power from your CPU because it's going to be processing them in here. And you can actually process up to 8 tracks at the same time in your DAW using these onboard effects. That will take a lot of pressure off of your CPU, freeing it up for other things, and it's all going to be processed in here, which is really cool. What I really like is recording my guitars through the guitar amps that are built in here. That way I record my guitar sound, it's gone in there. I don't have to fuss with guitar amp sims and have them bog down my computer. And maybe later on I think, oh, I don't like that sound in my amp sim, and then I start fussing with it. This gives me a quick, really nice guitar sound. And there's a bunch of different amps in there and cabinet combinations that you can choose from. Plus you can have some light compression on there, some nice EQ on there, already going in, because if you're recording clean quality audio in, that means less effects and editing that you're going to have to do when you get to the mixing stage of your projects. And you can even use these during mastering or on your mix bus as well. It doesn't just have to be on your individual instrument tracks or vocal tracks. You can use this for mastering. You can use it for your mix bus. Whatever you need to use these effects for, you can use them. It's really cool. So as you can see, the Antelope Audio Zen Quadro has a lot of very useful features, but I did mention there was one thing that I really wish it had, and that is ADAT out. It has that ADAT in, but I really wish it had ADAT out. And what that would allow me to do is to connect a mic preamp that has ADAT in and out, and then say I have 8 external compressors and EQs that I want to access. I could send the audio out through ADAT from my DAW and then bring it back in, which is really nice to have. However, if you get a nice patch bay, you can go around that. So it's not a deal breaker. It's just something that would be really nice to have. Antelope Audio knows how to bring the huge upgrades to your studios. And it's not just through their audio interfaces. You should check out their amazing studio monitors, and you can do that by clicking this video right here. If you liked this video that you just watched, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating. Fist bump. Thumbs up.